Hello YouTube and welcome back to Fire Gaming Project. So in this short video, I'm going to be doing a quick review of Yun Jin. And this is one of the earlier times where I'm able to review a newer character, let's say. So yeah, here we go. So she's just overall a very great normal attack buffer or booster for your team. And so that's why on this party that I'm going to be using, I will have Yoimiya and Hu Tao, because they are both, they can both utilize normal attack very well, obviously. I like her characterization overall, but that's a different story. So let's just go right into her build, shall we? Okay, so just like with all my other 4-star characters and support characters that I don't use that often, or are more niche, let's say, I've left her at 70 out of 80 to maximize on getting all the Acquaint Fates for her. And then this is her build. Her crit rate and crit damage don't matter because she will only be used on the field to lay out her E or her Q, and then I'll swap her out. So hence, it doesn't matter if she has crit or not. Energy recharge is of utmost importance. So I do have her at 175. It could be higher, but that's what I have for now, and that's okay. Whenever people say high energy recharge, they mean a bare minimum of 170 to 180 and as high as 200 plus, preferably. Yeah, and then Geo bonus. Okay, so weapon-wise, I gave her Favonius Lance. She's a 4-star character. You don't need to heavily invest in her. I'm sure most people should have a Favonius Lance, at least even like a few refinements of them, if not R5 already, because you just get them quite often from the gacha system on any banner even, and whether it's rated up or not, right? And it's a very good universal weapon, okay? Now, you'll see that the passive does require, does give bonus energy recharge if you do land some crit hits, so it's okay that she has some crit for sure, of course, but you don't have to feel bad if you don't. Other weapons that would do well for her are the catch, which would do even better for her. It can boost her burst damage, but really her burst doesn't really do much damage actually, because her burst is really just to bring up a little bit of a tiny shield and just to help buff the normal attacks of other characters. So yeah, and then Engulfing Lightning, although it is an energy recharge polearm, it's better reserved for Raiden Shogun. And then Skyward Spine would also be well for her if you have no other character who is currently using it. And in this case, it would increase the crit rate for her if you do care about that. And it does increase her normal and charged attacks as well, but it's really just for her though, whereas you may not use her on the field that often, if you think of it that way, right? Whereas for Toma in this case, when I just did a review for him right before this video, Toma could be on the field a little bit longer than her, and therefore could utilize it potentially for his normal attacks and charge attacks. If you were to build her as an attacker or a damage dealer, you could go for any of the 5-star attacking related ones, such as the Primordial Jade Wing Spear here, the Staff of Homa, and then the 4-star options would be the Black Cliff Pole and the Battle Pass Death Match. Now, with that being said, these 5-star weapons are better reserved for other characters, such as you can see on the screen here, Hu Tao and Xiao, and even for Zhongli, right? So that's why those would not be recommended to be given to Yun Jin. You'll be fine with just giving her a 4-star weapon, and Favonius is preferred. There's no such thing as a sacrificial lance or polearm. The other really good option for her is actually the Lithic Spear, and this is currently a limited event or limited time polearm, and this one is on the current banner as of the time of this publishing of this video. It came once before, and this is the second time that this is on a banner. So if you are lucky and you do have multiple refines of this, or even at R1, it should be okay for her because she's just a 4-star character after all. But, you know, the higher refines, the better. When people say high refines, they mean R3 and up. And this one does limit you, though. You will have to have a team composed of at least 3 out of the 4 characters from Liga to maximize your damage. But if that's what you want to build her for, then make sure you do that. This Dragon's Bane will not be useful on her because she won't really take advantage of the passive for Hydro or Pyro because she's Geo. And if you do want her to do some damage from a 4-star perspective, you could do these 2 craftables and give her some physical damage and convert her to a physical damage dealer hybrid with Geo. That's okay too. But it's up to you if you want to spend your billets that way, or if you have these lying around and they're maybe already built up and no one else is using them, then that's okay too. Yeah, do what's easiest for you. Okay, artifact-wise, she benefits from the husk in this case. Now, I built her with the husk because I already have her energy dealt with through the weapon. Now, if you do build her with, like, say, one of these attack-related weapons, then you may not consider the husk. You may consider, actually, a 2-piece husk and a 2-piece emblem to give her more energy. Just keep that in mind, because you want to get her ult up so she can then buff your other characters. So I'm just going to go through her pieces here, like kind of quickly. And then, yeah, and you want to focus on defense main stat if you can, geo damage bonus, or defense main stat for this one is fine too. And this one I put crit rate because I am using the Favonius Lance, so I want to make sure that she doesn't have 0 crit rate. I want to make sure she has something. So she has 30%, 30-ish percent. So that's something, right? And then that way she can then get the passive for this, activate it, so that she can, you know, occasionally get some extra particles, okay? So there's that extra balance to consider as well. If you were to pick like a attack focused weapon, basically, excuse me, depending on this or for whatever reason, like depending on the passive, then you may not need a crit rate piece here. You could just put another defense percentage main stat here, and that's okay too. Okay, or if you have crit rate on your substats and you are okay with giving her those, then that's okay too, but you don't need to give her crit rate because she's a support character. Now I have her at C0, but we'll go through the constellations. So the first one will just decrease her cooldown. The second one, all the nearby party members' normal attack damage is increased after unleashing the Cliff Breaker. I think that's her, what is that? That's her alt, yes. And the last one, the third one is +3 levels for that. The fourth one is when Yun Jin triggers crystallized reactions, her defense is increased. And the fifth one is also +3 levels. And the last one is their normal attack speed is also increased. And then when we go to talents, of course, this is just a normal attack. I have her at 666. I'm going to leave her there. You can just get away with level 1 on the normal attack if you don't plan to use it for her. The E and the Q are her focus, of course, so you could technically consider building them up. Her press and her hold obviously offer extra geo damage. And yeah, basically, I'm just skimming through this as well. So her flags, her E here, it says it is based on her HP. So make sure that you do have decent HP on her too. I didn't specifically give her HP percentage pieces, but maybe there's enough from the substats, etc. That's fine. And yeah, and then for the Q, this is based on her defense. So this will scale based on her defense for the damage bonus. Yeah. And it's basically only for normal damage. And then will be cleared after a set duration, and when normal attack hits multiple opponents, then the effect is triggered multiple times. And anyway, the number of times that the effect is triggered is counted independently for each member of the party with the flying cloud formation. So basically, yeah, you need to have her alt up, and then they can get a normal attack damage bonus. And it's based off of her defense. The damage increase is what's listed there, but it's specifically for normal attacks. Yeah, so that's why having higher defense is better. All right, and then this passive is just to, if you can unleash a precise moment where it's a counter attack, kind of like Beto, then you can get a level 2 charge form instead. And for this one, you'll just have an increase for her defense when party contains characters of other elemental types, basically. So in this case, I only have 3 elemental types, but I could technically put in something else instead, but let's just leave it at that, and let's just go for it, shall we? Yeah. Alrighty. So this is the hold form, and it's in the back, right? And then, oops. Okay, and then, okay, so the flags weren't on anymore because that was just her E, so that's okay. But regardless, the other characters are pretty strong already without her doing much, so this won't be much of a showcase for her, to be very honest, because she is just a support character. She won't be able to take out this boss on her own anyway. I'm just seeing if I can get the ult back up. Yeah, and then like she can do okay like damage here, right? Mind you, this boss will have a second form anyway, so I'm just gonna wait. Okay, let's just do that. Even if you just do these, it's okay too, but regardless, like she should be pretty solid overall. And then like obviously I'm not hitting anything right now because the boss is entering this phase. Hang on, let me just quickly see if I can get it into the next phase. Okay, so let me see if I can do it one more time. Well, anyway, like it's not going to be the best showcase, like I said, but regardless, she's solid in terms of buffing the normal attack, and I just want to kind of showcase that aspect of it. Again, this won't be perfect in the sense that I didn't have her ult continuously up, as you can see on the screen. Also, because mine is only C0, but I did want to put this showcase out, or this little review out, because she's still a good character, but it is also niche, because she will pair better with characters that can offer normal attack damage specifically. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. I previously just did a review of Toma. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that or check that out as well. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments or let me know what you guys think about her. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much.